looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? The first thing, importance of planning. At first I definitely thought there was way too many planning tasks that had to be completed. I thought that it really wouldn't make a difference, as our preliminary task we pretty much just turned up, suggested a shot and then shot it. There was no planning involved, it was really just heads up filming as we go along. The fact that our opening sequence would be roughly the same length also made me feel like there was an excessive amount of planning that had to be done. However, now I know that you can never do too much planning. There were points where I could literally run around our filming location describing the entire sequence, standing where the camera would be in every shot, because I planned ahead, so I know exactly what needed to be filmed, where from and why, so that the next filming day we could literally just come in and shoot it all without even having to waste time thinking about what we were going to be doing. This definitely helped because it saved us lots of time in the long run. Importance of efficiency and teamwork. It quickly became clear that being efficient would be one of the most crucial factors in enabling us to perform well enough to get really high marks. The clearest example of this is when we realised that there would be very few days where we would actually all be able to film, and we would be filming in a very limited time frame. As a group, we weren't terribly inefficient, but we definitely could have been more productive with the little time we had. If we managed our time more effectively, we would have been able to add additional shots, or maybe shoot the same part from several different angles. This would have then given us much more creativity during the editing stage, and definitely would have helped us to create a more professional looking final product. Working around setbacks. One thing that really can't be overlooked is having to work around setbacks. In the preliminary task there really wasn't any major setbacks, and this allowed us to effectively do what we want when we wanted it. We could also go out and shoot the preliminary task during the lesson as we shot it all in school. However, as our filming location was in Chiswick, we had to shoot it at night to get the right lighting as well. This meant that we were much more restricted when it came to shooting our opening sequence than we were shooting our preliminary task. This meant that we had to plan our shooting schedules in detail to avoid mistakes and errors in communication. This enabled us to have plenty of time to film despite the location being further away. Another setback was the fact that, apart from on one occasion, we never had every member of our group present during a filming day. Quite often there will be 3 members of the group there, or sometimes even, just 2. This meant that we were slightly restricted as to what we could do sometimes. However, we knew that we'd have to work around this in order to create a successful final product, because filming days are always going to be limited. This meant that we had to change things like finding alternate light sources, as there was nobody to hold any lights, and it sometimes meant that we had to do full rehearsals of whatever we were going to do while we were lacking that actor playing the protagonist. However, being able to work around these setbacks definitely helped us to produce our final product to a good standard.